Thank you for signing up to volunteer at Paws Pantry. Paws Pantry is a student-run food pantry that is operated through the Office of Student Involvement, the Center for Service and Learning, and the Student Organization for Alumni Relations. This short training will give you some background on the pantry, how it operates, and best practices for interacting with shoppers. In December 2011, the SOAR Executive Board was inspired by an NBC Nightly News segment highlighting the University of Central Florida's student-run food pantry. After 2 years of research and working to get space, funding, and campus support, we opened our doors on August 28, 2013. So why does IUPUI need a food pantry? Well, back in 2011, according to Feeding America, 19.5% of Marion County residents were considered food insecure. Being food insecure simply means you may not know where your next meal is coming from. This is due to living far away from an affordable grocery store, low income or no income, or other poverty-related issues. Also in 2013, 83.9% of IPS schools were on the free and reduced lunch program. Furthermore, 1 in 5 incoming freshmen had a household income of less than $19,000 a year back in 2011. The poverty line for a family of 4 in Indianapolis in 2011 was around $22,350. As stated before, anyone who is either attending IUPUI for school or anyone who is employed by IUPUI has access to the food pantry through their JAG tag. Paws Pantry works on a point system. When a shopper comes to the pantry, they will have 15 points to spend. Canned food items are worth 1 point, and boxed or dried good items like cereal and rice are worth 2 points. Fresh produce and bread, when available, are worth 0 points, simply because we want to get the food out the door before it goes bad. If the shopper has more than one person in their household, they can get up to 20 points. Oftentimes, no one takes more than this because it's too heavy to carry home. If the client brings a reusable bag of their own, or a Paws Pantry reusable bag, they receive 2 extra points to use. This helps promote sustainability, not using plastic bags. Please arrive at least 15 minutes prior to your shift and be prepared to stay at least 15 minutes after your shift. This will help with transitions from one shift to another and ensure we have enough help for setup and cleanup. Please dress appropriately when coming to Paws Pantry, and if you must cancel your shift, please give at least 24 hours notice. When opening up the pantry, there will be a white fold-up table that will need to be set up near the foyer of the Vermont parking garage with a tablecloth. There are also 2 chairs in the pantry for the table. All check-in materials and resource cards will need to be set out on the table. There is a computer inside the pantry on a small desk with wheels. Wheel the computer out of the pantry near the opening of the door to the pantry, plug it in, and start it up. One of the student directors or a student committee member will most likely be there to help you with this. They will also set up the card swipe system. Oftentimes there will be food in the pantry that needs to be stocked. During the slower times, please stock the shelves with the new food donations. As you stock the shelves, please check expiration dates on all of the items. If you find an expired food item, you must throw it away. We are not allowed to serve expired food. When closing the pantry, straighten up the food on the shelves, clean up any trash, shut down the computer and unplug it, and wheel it back into the pantry. Make sure the lights are off and the door is locked when you leave. Also, please make sure all the intake forms, resource materials, the table, and the tablecloth are in the pantry in an orderly fashion. When checking a shopper in, the first thing you should do is greet them with a smile and ask if they have been to the pantry before. If they have not been to the pantry before, have them fill out a new client form. Explain to the shopper how the point system works, and then send them to the volunteer sitting at the station to swipe their JAG tag. For returning clients, simply have them swipe their JAG tag and refresh them on the point system. After swiping their JAG tag, shoppers are allowed to go into the pantry and pick out their own food. Remember, if a client has more than one person in their household, they are allowed to use up to 20 points. Please allow only 3 shoppers in the pantry at a single time. The space is very small. At checkout, count out the number of points they used and check the expiration date on every food item. If you come across something that is expired, allow the shopper to go back and replace it with something else. Be sure to keep a running tally of how many items were distributed. A form to keep track of all of this will be provided in the same folder as the new client intake forms. A committee member or a student director will show you what to do. One of the main reasons why we do volunteer training is because of this: confidentiality. Confidentiality with the client's information is crucial to building a rapport with the client. This trust is essential to the client feeling empowered and equal. We want to strive to ensure all Paws Pantry clients' experience is enjoyable and protected. Do not repeat any names, any information, or doings of any of the shoppers. It is important to remain professional at all times. If you have any questions, feel free to contact jagsfood@iepui.edu, and also be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Help us spread the word about Paws Pantry.